This week we're talking about jazz with our good friend Adriana.
So today we are going to be talking about the artist Romare Bearden. He was a mixed media artist. Media is another word for art supplies. So mixed media means that he uses a lot of different art supplies. So you don't just use one art supply, you use a bunch of different art supplies. And he was especially famous for his collages, which we'll learn about in just a second. But he was also an author, he was a songwriter, and loved jazz music and loved going to jazz shows, and he did lots of artwork about jazz musicians, and he also wrote a lot of songs for jazz musicians. And he was also a civil rights activist, and maybe most important of all, he was a cat lover. Look at his little cat. He always had cats around his studio while he was making art. Okay, so here is Romare Bearden in his studio in Long Island, and he is creating a collage. What is he using? What do you see in the picture? I zoomed in for you so you can see close up.
Scissors?
Yeah, he's using scissors. So what else? What do you think he's cutting with the scissors?
Paper.
Paper. And then he's got to stick it on to the paper somehow. So what does he use?
Glue.
Glue. And you see that little bucket right there? That probably has like a watery glue mixture where you probably painted it on to the paper and then stuck it down. So that's what a collage is. You need to definitely have scissors and glue, and you usually use paper, not always. You can use actually lots of different things like buttons or sequins or glitter or whatever you can stick to your surface that you're collaging. Okay, so let's look at one of his collages. There it is. Okay, so here we have Jazz Village. It's called Jazz Village by Romare Bearden. Can you tell what's going on in the picture? What do you see?
Music.
Yeah, they're musicians, right? How many musicians do you see?
4.
Yeah, there are 4 musicians. What instruments are they playing? Ooh, let's see if we know the names of all of them. So let's start with the guy going like this, all the way on the left. Do you know what that guy's doing? You know that instrument?
Saxophone.
Yeah, it's a saxophone. Okay, who's standing next to the guy with the saxophone? Right here, he's got those circles in front of him, and he's got sticks in his hands.
Drum.
Yeah, he's playing the drum. And then the next one, who's this guy next to the drummer?
Trumpet.
That one is the trumpet. And then there's one more next to the trumpet all the way on the end. Do you know what that is?
I will say this one is commonly confused, so don't feel bad if you don't.
It's a tricky one. What does it look like to you?
Violin.
It does look a lot like a violin. It is a stringed instrument like the violin, except it's much bigger. A violin you hold up here in your chin. This one you have to stand up to play it. It's so big you have to stand while you're playing it. And that is why it's called a stand-up bass.
So today,
We will make a jazz musician. So here's my jazz musician I made. Well, today you will need some scissors, some glue, and paper. So first pick something that you want for your background. I'm gonna just use red. It kind of looks like a brick wall. You can use whatever color you want for your background. This is our background paper. Are we gonna cut this paper? No, we don't want to cut this one. We're going to cut all the little pieces of paper up to make it the way we want it to look. Let's start by cutting out the head. What shape is a head, Adriana?
A circle.
Yeah, it's like a circle or an oval. So if you want, you could just try to cut out a circle without drawing it first, or you could just draw a little circle or an oval, good size for a head, and then you're going to cut that out.
I don't know if you can tell what's coming with mine, but I've got a plan.
Oh no, I see what's happening. I see what's happening. I want us to wait to glue anything down. We're going to wait until the very end to glue. That way, if we want to move things around, it won't mess up and we won't have to like pull things off. So I wait until the very end. Next, we need to make a body. So there's different ways you could make a body. You could just cut out a rectangle for your body, and that kind of will look like a shirt if you wanted. You don't have to do a rectangle. You could also do kind of a triangle shape, and that'll look a little bit more like a dress. So you decide if you want it to be more like a shirt or more like a dress. So now we need to cut out the arms and legs. And if you make your arms straight, what kind of shape is that? If we just go straight like this?
Line.
Yeah, it's a line. Or if we make it into a shape, it would be like a long rectangle. So we want to cut out some rectangles for our arms. So have some legs. Now we need to add the instruments. So Adriana, what instrument do you want your person to play? The drums? We are gonna make some drums, and the top of the drum is going to be an oval. And you don't want just one drums because you want to be playing the drums, right? So maybe we put 2 ovals right here in front. Okay, next get another color, whatever's gonna be on the bottom, and you're going to measure it with your oval. So I have this oval on top of this pink, and I'm gonna cut it so it's like the same size. You could draw it out first if you wanted. I'm just going kind of quick here, so just doing this. There we go. It's starting to look like a drum, except it's very long. So at the bottom, I'm gonna make another little curve like that. Oh, does that look like a drum? Yeah. And then you do that with both your ovals. So if you want to, right, the drums aren't as fun without cymbals. So I'm gonna put a little yellow cymbal right there. Oh yeah, I like this drummer. Okay, so you finish up that. I'm gonna show the people at home some other instruments. We were talking about a trumpet before, so I'm gonna draw a little trumpety shape. So a trumpet, you could cut that one out. If you want your musician to be a trumpeter, trumpist, trumpet player. Ooh, maybe you liked that big stand-up bass. That, if you watched our episode on rock, it actually looks a little bit like a guitar. It's got kind of a curve at the top, straight lines down, curvy, like S shape. Same thing on the other side. Some lines. Hole. That hole is too big. This looks more like a guitar. Maybe you do a jazz guitar. As long as it looks awesome to you and you like it, then that's great. So then once you've got the instruments cut out, the last thing I want us to look at before we start gluing is the arms. Do you think this person right here would be very good at playing the drums with her arms just straight out? Can you play the drums like this? No, of course not. So instead, we want to make an elbow so you can bend it, right? So how we make an elbow is we just take the paper, and I'm going to cut right there in half. So now I can have her arm going this way and then bending down to where the drums are. So that now makes more sense. If you're playing a trumpet, you might want to do the same thing where it bends and then it bends up like that. So however it works. Oh look, it looks like my person is a one-man band over here.
That's me trying to keep kindergarten students engaged.
Once you've cut out your instrument, then figure out how it works best on your paper. I think I'm almost ready to glue. So I'm actually going to use just plain white glue, And I like to use a paintbrush to put it on. You could use a glue stick. You could use tape if you really wanted. Whatever you have that can make something stick to the paper. Yeah. She is playing the trumpet. What else does she need? Oh, she needs a face. So cutting out the little teeny tiny pieces out of paper that you need for the face is a little bit difficult. So if you would rather just use markers or Sharpie to make the facial features, do it. I'm gonna have her with her eyes closed because I feel like a lot of musicians, when they're really into it, they close their eyes.
So the last thing to do is just cut out some hair, and I'm going to stick that on there. Ooh, yay, she looks great.
It's now time to play Amy versus Alden.
Okay, today we're going to switch it up and play Amy versus Alden using some jazz slang. We played to see who can come up with the best art or music on the spot in 30 seconds or less.
So today I think I'm going to be using my guitar and singing.
I think since I have the collage stuff out, I'll just go for it. I'll just try my best.
Okay, Adriana, I'm going to read you some words that are jazz slang. And you just pick which one sounds the funniest to you, and then we'll do it, and we'll tell you what it means. Are you ready? Axe, blow, bread, cat, chops, crib, dig, finger zinger, the bee's knees, gig, clams, or heat. Cat. So a cat in jazz times was somebody who plays the music, a jazz musician. So if you said, hey, I know that man, he's a cool cat. I've seen him playing down at the Blue Note. You would know that he was a jazz musician, a cool cat. You ready for cat? Baby, we are all some cool cats. Playing, jazzing in our jazz hats. Baby, we are awesome cool cats. We are jazz cats and we're playing with our instruments all day and night. We've got our songs we're playing.
Look, see? Is this cool jazz singer?
Alrighty, so Adriana, who gets that point? My cool cat song or Amy's cool jazz cat artwork?
No art.
Yeah, the art.
Oh, those ears really do add, I gotta say they do.
Yeah.
What's another jazz slang that sounds interesting to you, Adriana? Is it axe?
Bread.
Bread. Bread is a fun one.
You know what bread means in the slang? It means money.
Money. And that one's actually come back a little bit. You know, in the last 5 years, I've heard people say, let's get this bread. And they mean, let's get this money. So it was interesting how it comes and goes. You ready? 30 seconds on the clock?
Hey Google, set a timer for 30 seconds.
Here we go. Let's go get us some bread. Then when we're hungry, we'll eat good instead. Let's go play us a gig. Get us that bread now. Oh, do, 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 do. Give me my bread. Do, 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 do.
Okay. It's like a bread loaf slicing off my money. What do you think, Audrey? Who wins that round?
The music.
No. time.
Axe.
And what is an axe?
An axe is simply a musical instrument. Yo, can I borrow your axe? Or I had to take my axe down to the shop to get them to clean out the pipes. You know, something like that. Axe. Alrighty. I got my mighty axe I'm playing. Got my mighty axe I'm playing. Hey, I can play today. My way. And I can play today.
I failed.
No, it's cute. It's abstract. I get it. I'm there.
More abstract now. Just trying to get the rest of the piano in there. It's a piano, see? Okay, who won that one? Art, what? Really?
Oh man.
I'm gonna have her now playing the piano while she's singing to make her money. Gotta get her bread. This cool cat is playing her axe to earn some bread.
To earn some bread. Okay, so Adriana, we know what this means, but can you tell us, for the folks at home, who is the winner of Arts with Amy and Alden today?
Amy.
Ding, 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 ding. Can we get jazz hands for Amy's win? Woo! Beautiful. Of course, all of our friends at home can let us know who you think won today by leaving a comment on our Facebook page. The link is down in the description box. We would love to see your beautiful artwork on our page or to hear about who you think won today. All right, everybody, that is all we have for you this week on Arts with Amy and Alden.
As I've said so many times, please, 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 please remember to give this video a like and to subscribe. It really helps out our channel.
Adriana, you did a super duper job co-hosting this with us today, and we want to thank you so much for hanging out with us today and making some art and some music. Thank you, Ariana. Jazz
Thank you.
Jazz hands for Adriana. Speaking of kid co-hosts, we actually, you guys, are kind of on the hunt for some more kid co-hosts to build our kid co-host list up. So if you know a student who would be interested in joining us for an episode, please reach out to us by following the link to our website down in the description box below.
And I did want to mention that we still have some spaces left for our live classes. Check out our website, artswithamyandalden.com. Oh, before we go, can we hold up our artwork?
Goodbye, all you cool cats.
Bye, all you cool cats.
Goodbye, all you cool cats.
Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and all of our other social media channels. I would love to see your artwork, so paste it to our Facebook page.